Such a beautiful day today. Check out those puffy white clouds. We're getting intermittent sunshine by a little bit of overcast. Just perfect for doing a bit of afternoon gardening. Hello and welcome back, fellow gardeners. Today, my wife Alice and I have a very special gardening episode for you. We're going to be sharing with you one of our favorite crops to grow every year. This abundant food crop is so easy to grow, even a child could do it. The best part is it's low cost to get going, and it provides you with an abundance of food throughout the entire growing season. Stay tuned. How you doing, sweetie?
Good.
It's been a long time since you've been on a video.
Yes.
What do you got there?
This one is sweet potato tops. We call it kamote tops.
So what's the plan with these greens today?
Well, we have to cook the leaves, and this stem we have to plant today.
So sweet potato greens. I know some of you out there are thinking, did she just say cook up the greens? That's right. They're edible and they're delicious. So how much does a package like that cost at the Asian market, honey?
I think $1.79.
$1.79 for all those greens?
$1.49.
$1.49.
Yeah.
Even better. And it's not just the leaf portion of these cuttings here that are edible, it's the whole stem. The bottom part of it gets a little bit fibrous, but more towards the tip and the smaller stems, that's all food. So explain how you prepare these sweet potato green stems or cuttings for planting.
I remove the tips and all the leaves on the side.
And so what you're left with is a stem, hopefully with 3 or 4, maybe even 5 nodes, areas where the leaves were growing, and you've got a little crook in there where new growth is going to sprout out. And it's best to have a cutting that's close to about the size of a number 2 pencil in thickness. That's why she removes the tip. Otherwise the tip's just going to flop over and die back. And besides, it's one of the most delicious parts to harvest and cook with. And even smaller pieces like this are going to work out just fine. There's 3 nodes on this little cutting. It's only about 4 inches long.
If I plant this, it's not straight up and down. It's more sideways at 45 degrees angle, and I'll show you later.
And do you need to make a fresh cut on the bottom?
It doesn't matter.
We've got an audience over there. That's a pretty nice spot over there, Rox. Now, sweet potato greens are very easy to prepare in the kitchen. They only take a minute or 2 of steaming, or if you add them into a super stew the last minute of cooking, that's going to be adequate time to give it a nice, soft, spinach-like texture, and that's how we mainly use it. So here's what you can expect when planning out your sweet potato green cuttings. You'll notice here in the crook of each one of these new leaf nodes that was forming, there's a new shoot popping out. And so when you stick this in the ground, it's going to start popping out all over the place and spreading very rapidly. You can just toss any older raggedy leaves to the side. Compost. All right, so we've got all those greens now processed down. We've got part of our meal for today, and this stuff cooks down quite a bit. So although it looks like a lot, it actually reduces to about 1/4 of that mass. And we've got all of these cuttings, probably about, 50 or more. And we're going to be growing a couple different dense patches of the sweet potato greens. One here in the chicken run. I found that the chickens aren't very attracted to sweet potato greens. I've never observed them eating those greens, and they have plenty of opportunity to do that. So I think that planting some here in the chicken run is going to be fine. Probably protected up front just so that they don't scratch around our new planting. But other than that, once it starts growing, it should do well in here. And the other patch I think will go well here next to the pond. We've got an area that's open. It's got some chop and drop there. I'm going to rake that back. And we're going to plant this together as a team, right, sweetie?
Yes.
So the plan is, after I rake this back, I'm going to kind of loosen up the soil with the shovel, and then Alice is going to follow behind with the hori-hori and stick the cuttings in. Now, it's important that you do loosen up the soil if you want to get a sweet potato harvest, because these cuttings not only grow an abundance of greens, but they'll grow sweet potatoes as well.
What's that big?
Some kind of edible crop. I don't know what that is. Growing under the cardboard.
Huh.
And here we've got a cardoon stump. This makes great hugel wood, by the way. Hugel culture. Nature's raised bed garden. And you see how porous and hollow this piece of plant material is. Absolutely perfect for hugel culture. But I'm going to dig this out now. Relocate it. I could easily turn this into 2 or 3 plants here just by transferring out a big chunk of root. And this is the evidence of why it's so beneficial to chop and drop and sheet mulch with materials like cardboard. As you can see, we've got this patch of ground here ready for planting. There's hardly any weeds whatsoever growing in this area. Remember when we used to plant here, honey? There was a lot of bindweed, remember? We've grown sweet potatoes here before, and they did really well in this area. And we've rotated last couple years. We grew them in different areas of the yard. So that's adequate time. I recommend everyone practice crop rotation with annuals. That's where you don't grow the same plant in the same spot in your garden year after year. That's how you can proliferate different fungal, bacterial, and pest issues in your garden. And now it's Alice's turn. She's going to do the planting.
The one I'm talking about earlier is 45 degrees angle.
And you plant 2 in each hole.
Yes. And then it will grow over here.
Like I mentioned, we've been doing this every year, and we literally get a 95 to 100% success rate planting these cuttings this way. They take very little care. As you can see, they're getting plugged into rather dry soil right now. We're going to water this in really well later. But it's just one of these crops that everyone should grow because it's so easy and abundant and nutritious.
Grow, 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 grow. Bilay, 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 boy, bilay.
So I'm here next to the gomi berry shrub, and it's loaded down with little berries at the moment. Still green, but they'll be ripening up and getting red very soon. One of my favorite fruit shrubs to grow. I thought you were taking a dirt bath, Matilda.
No more, honey, because it's hard.
See, this is what chickens love to do. They love to follow you around the garden, and they're smart. They know you've been digging up around an area. There's probably some little bugs running around. So she's really on bug detail right now. I won't worry about it unless I see her start scratching around digging up our cuttings. All right, so one patch down and one to go. Look at this perennial green trunk that was here. We'll pull this out. This is the type of trunks you can expect on Dan's perennial greens. And once again, this older wood here makes excellent hugelkultur wood. Look at those healthy roots. I don't want to dig too close to fruit trees and damage the roots. So if I feel resistance, like there's roots down there, I'm just going to back up. And once again, look at these beautiful clouds. It's perfect for gardening. Give you an update on the moringa trees we plugged in the last video. See, they're all doing well. Give that some more water and a little bit more protection today. So while you're finishing this up, I'm going to go water in the other patch.
Okay.
I finished watering over there. Y'all done planting?
Yes. Done.
That looks awesome. So we'll water this in now. You want to water it? Well, that's going to do it for this episode, my friends. We sure do appreciate you tuning in today. If you found this video helpful or entertaining in any way, be sure to smash the thumbs button for us. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. New uploads every week, sometimes every day. And we're always giving you updates on all the different things going on around here. So with that, I want to thank you all for watching. Have yourself a good one. Until next time, this is Dan
And Alice.
from plantabundance.com. Take care. We'll be talking to you again soon.